We're getting this twice. What they now believe instead, and this is potentially significant, we'll break it down for you. And President Trump making news late today, now defending his decision to take hydroxychloroquine. First, that new research tonight just in from South Korea, fears there and elsewhere that people were testing positive for the virus twice. They're now saying in South Korea there was something wrong with the testing. Tonight, what they now think about why those tests were coming back positive and what it means on whether those patients were infectious to others a second time. This could be a major development. Also tonight, we continue to report on the race to find a vaccine. This evening, the news from Pfizer, speeding up human trials for a possible vaccine here in the U.S. and Germany, conducting phase 1 and phase 2 at the same time. 330 patients taking part, and what they're seeing so far. President Trump, as I said, defending his own choice to take hydroxychloroquine. The FDA has warned Americans about the drug, saying you should only be taking it for COVID-19 if you're in a hospital or in a clinical trial. So why is the president taking it? His reasoning late today, and the vice president, is he taking it? What he's now saying. Reopening America, all 50 states expected to ease restrictions by tomorrow. We have new reporting tonight on the 21 states opening weeks ago. What's happened there? And tonight, the new CDC study tracing a cluster of infections in a church and what it says about gatherings and close proximity to others as we reopen the country. News on that dangerous condition affecting children. 25 states now reporting cases. The fourth death now, authorities say a 15-year-old in Baltimore. The familiar symptoms, and we'll go down the list, and what authorities are now saying tonight. There is news this evening in the Ahmaud Arbery case, the African-American who was shot and killed while jogging. Tonight, 2 prior videos now surfacing, Arbery and interactions with police, and what the lawyer says they show. And we all remember the late Senator and astronaut John Glenn. News tonight on his wife and the virus.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Tuesday night. And like every other night, there is so much to break down for you. Tonight, that new research just in. Amid fears people were getting coronavirus twice, testing positive a second time. Now comes news they believe the testing was flawed. They believe those tests were picking up something in the body, dead cells, from the first fight against the virus. And what they now believe that those people were not infectious. What this could now mean, no promise you can't get it a second time down the road, but researchers say that is not what was happening here. Also, President Trump tonight now defending his decision to take hydroxychloroquine, even though the FDA has warned Americans not to take it for COVID unless you're in the hospital or a clinical trial. And as the entire country is now set to reopen, differing speeds depending on where you are, a reminder Americans are still fighting this. The healthcare workers are still hard at work. Tonight, more than 91,000 lives now lost here in the U.S. The reopening of the country, Connecticut, the last of the 50 states to ease restrictions, shops, restaurants, and offices starting to open tomorrow. In parts of New York State, some workers are back on the job tonight. The governor now allowing Memorial Day gatherings of up to 10 people. California's governor easing restrictions for some retail as early as June. And new concern tonight about children and the virus. This evening, at least 4 children have now died, this time a 15-year-old. Cases found in at least 25 states. So we will get to it all tonight, but we're going to begin this evening with news from South Korea, where at first they thought some people were getting infected for a second time. They no longer believe that's the case. We begin with ABC's Alex Perez on that and the race for a vaccine tonight.
Tonight, an encouraging turn in the battle against the pandemic after fears that virus patients in South Korea had gotten it a second time. The South Korean CDC thinks it's likely that people cannot be infected twice. But that conclusion is still preliminary, and they don't know how long that immunity would last. Those scientists are pointing to those relapsing cases, now saying they were actually due to testing failures.
These results are very encouraging and should be very reassuring to the public that once you get infected with COVID-19, it's unlikely that you're going to get infected again.
277 recovered South Korean patients had tested positive for a second time, along with patients in China and Japan. This prompted fears the virus was mutating so quickly that people were not immune to catching it again. The South Korean CDC calling those test results false positives. In addition, they're saying those patients were no longer infectious because the traces of the virus detected were actually harmless dead samples. Tonight, the race to find a vaccine to prevent the spread is on. Pharmaceutical giant Pfizer is running Operation Lightspeed. Phase 1 and Phase 2 trials underway simultaneously. 330 people getting the experimental vaccine at the University of Maryland, NYU, and in Germany.
We're just throwing everything we have at it to make it happen.
At this plant in Kalamazoo, Michigan, manufacturing is ramping up even before having the vaccine. 75 workers are essentially sequestered, working around the clock, so once it's developed.
The goal is to have 10 million doses available commercially by year end.
And in 2021, they hope to manufacture 200 million doses. But there are major challenges in handling the vaccine that are still being worked on.
We have to be able to freeze it, handle it under frozen conditions, so we have people working to design a facility to do that.
Alex with us live tonight, and promising news there on a hunt for a vaccine. Also that promising news out of South Korea at the top of your piece, where we know they were worried about people getting reinfected or infected a second time. They're now saying those positive test results did not mean that they were actually infectious. It was picking up evidence in the body from the first fight against the infection.
Yeah, that's right, David. And those results are so promising that authorities in South Korea are actually removing their requirement that people who have had COVID-19 must test negative before returning to school or work. So that requirement, they're now doing away with it. David?
Again, no promise how long that immunity could last, but it is a promising development. Alex, thank you. Meantime, tonight, with so many Americans now asking about hydroxychloroquine and the president, after President Trump said he is taking it, the president tonight is now defending the move. And if he's taking it, what about the vice president? What he's now saying tonight. And here's ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega.
Arriving at the White House today, coronavirus response coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx ignored the question.
Do you have any concerns about President Trump using hydroxychloroquine?
Isn't it great that it's not going to rain?
That after President Trump's surprise announcement he's taking the anti-malaria drug hydroxychloroquine as a preventative measure against COVID-19.
I'm taking it, hydroxychloroquine.
The drug has not been proven effective against the coronavirus, but on Capitol Hill today, President Trump refused to back down.
Why is it okay for you to promote the use of this drug when you're not a doctor and health experts are warning?
Well, I've worked with doctors, and it gives you an additional level of safety, but you can ask many doctors are in favor of it. And so, again, this is an individual decision to make.
But the FDA has explicitly warned against using hydroxychloroquine for COVID treatment outside hospitals or clinical trials. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Joseph Rahimian tells us it could have dangerous side effects.
However, there is a potential for cardiac abnormalities, abnormal heart rhythm, eye issues, retinopathy, and those are all possible with its use.
Even one Fox News host warning.
This is a leap that should not be taken casually by those watching at home or assuming, well, the President of the United States says it's okay.
Still, the White House released a statement from the president's own doctor saying, quote, after numerous discussions, we concluded the potential benefit from the treatment outweighed the relative risks. One of the president's valets tested positive, so did the vice president's press secretary. But Pence says hydroxychloroquine is not for him.
My physician has not recommended that, but I wouldn't hesitate to take the counsel of my doctor, or any American should do likewise.
Later, during a cabinet meeting, the president defended his decision.
Just talking about as a line of defense, I'm dealing with a lot of people. Look at all the people in the room. You know, I'm the president and I'm dealing with a lot of people.
Calling on his Health and Human Services secretary to back him up.
We are still working on some controlled studies earlier in the disease progression to see if we can measure the effectiveness of it in preventing the replication of the virus and spread in mild to moderate cases rather than the more serious, and that data is still pending.
And it's gotten very good reviews, very good from many, many doctors.
The president jumping in there. Cecilia with us tonight, and President Trump today, Cecilia, acknowledging that he actually decided to take hydroxychloroquine after his own personal valet who served him meals and Cokes, and the vice president's press secretary both tested positive for the virus.
Yeah, David, he says that he was in close proximity with both of those people, so this seemed like the right time to start taking this drug. But look, he's really now laying out his defense on why he's decided to take it. He says he's feeling no side effects. And frankly, he says he believes hydroxychloroquine has become politicized because he's the one who's been endorsing it. But David, you heard those doctors, you've heard that warning from the FDA, and they warn about the dangers, the potential dangers of this drug.
That's right. The president said it was individual choice on his part, so please check with your own doctor. Cecilia, thank you. Now to the virus in children tonight. A fourth child is now reported to have died from a condition that doctors believe is connected to the virus. Authorities are looking into more than 200 cases now across 25 states. Again tonight, Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, officials in Baltimore reporting the death of a 15-year-old from that inflammatory syndrome linked to COVID-19. The mother of Dariana Dyson identifying her to ABC affiliate WMAR.
I'm just so lost for words. It's just so devastating. This is so devastating.
Her mother says Dariana went to the hospital with a stomachache and went downhill quickly. She had trouble breathing and her heart was failing. Days later, she was put on a ventilator. Within hours, Dariana was gone.
She was a healthy child. Nothing was wrong with her. Nothing. And for her to just die so sudden, it's so tragic.
Dariana tested positive for COVID-19 antibodies. Doctors now reporting more than 200 cases of the syndrome across 25 states. In Los Angeles, 4 children diagnosed, another 21 cases suspected. And in New York, 137 patients. One of them, 14-year-old Jack McMorrow, who tells us it started with a rash, stomach pain, and then a fever.
It felt as if there was like a lightning or electric type of feeling going through my veins.
How long did that pain last?
For about 48 to 72 hours.
By the time he got to the hospital, Jack was suffering from heart failure, the inflammation in his body triggered by a hyperactive immune response. Jack testing positive for COVID-19.
It was a very painful and scary experience, and I wouldn't want to have to see anyone else go through that. So just stay safe and don't overlook anything.
Jack's doctor tells us many of the kids with COVID-19 are showing the same cluster of symptoms. He says keep a close eye on your children, any changes in your children, particularly relating to fevers and rashes. David.
All right, Stephanie Ramos, who's been covering this for weeks now, thank you. We're going to turn next to the reopening of America. All 50 states easing restrictions by tomorrow, and authorities across this country know there are risks. So do American workers trying to head back to work. So what should you be doing and how quickly? Here's Eva Pilgrim tonight.
Tonight, frustration boiling over. Connecticut salon owners protesting after learning today the state's plan to reopen tomorrow doesn't include them.
The rug got pulled out from underneath us.
With Connecticut beginning phase 1 plans, every state in the country is now in some level of reopening. Georgia, one of the first in the country to reopen, facing intense criticism, concerned cases would rise even from the president.
I think it's too soon.
But now, almost 3 weeks later, no major statewide spikes. In fact, ABC News looked at 21 states that eased restrictions 2 weeks ago or earlier and found no major change in hospitalizations or deaths. But tonight, a new CDC study underscoring the risks as states reopen, tracing a cluster of infections in Arkansas to a church in early March, before the first case was even discovered there. More than a third of the 92 people who attended the church got sick. 3 people died. In New York City, flashing lights in subway cars could help the city move toward reopening. MTA officials testing out a new pilot program that uses ultraviolet light to disinfect subway cars and buses.
The use of ultraviolet light in a laboratory setting has eradicated the COVID-19 virus.
And with Memorial Day approaching, New York State easing its lockdown rules to allow ceremonies of up to 10 people at the discretion of local authorities. David.
All right, Eva, thanks to you again tonight as well. And there is news this evening in the Ahmaud Arbery case, the African-American who was shot and killed while jogging. Tonight, 2 prior videos now surfacing showing Arbery in interactions with police and what lawyers for his family say these videos show. Here's Steve Osunsami.
What's your name? What is it?
Lawyers for the family of Ahmaud Arbery worry that these police camera videos that have suddenly surfaced from 2017 will appeal to racist stereotypes of young black men. The shooting victim's family says that this one shows another instance where the former high school athlete was seen as suspicious, this time by Glenn County police, who see him sitting alone in his car and suspect drugs.
I'm not here to ruin your day. I'm here to look for any kind of criminal activity. That's all I'm doing.
Criminal activity? I'm in the park at work. Talking about.
Another officer arrives, pulling out a stun gun.
I think I see something plastic in the thing over here.
Go ahead, bro. You can't go in my car.
You're not allowing me to search your car?
You can't go in my shit.
I'm not asking you. Just don't reach the car.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
Hands out of your pocket.
Hand out of your pocket.
But the stun gun failed to fire, and in the end, he was never charged with a crime and left the scene. Nearly 2 weeks later, he stopped again, this time accused of trying to steal a flat-screen TV. He agrees to plead guilty and is put on probation.
We see a common process in almost every one of these cases. You have a victim shot dead in the streets, and give it a few days, and suddenly you start seeing images of that victim cast in the light as a criminal.
These are unrelated to what happened here in February, when authorities say he was chased and killed by Travis McMichael and his father, Gregory, who worked for the Glenn County Police more than 30 years ago. Arbery's family says he regularly jogged through the neighborhood. The McMichaels told police he looked suspicious when they saw him here, walking through a construction site a few doors down, and say they were trying to make a citizen's arrest. The family who owns the home being built has now shared these other security camera videos showing, for example, a white couple who came at night and children during the day who the McMichaels never chased and who certainly weren't killed. An outside judge is now assigned to this case. That judge is from Savannah. We are expecting a bond hearing soon. David?
All right, Steve Osunsami, thank you. When we come back, the major flooding across the Midwest, alerts posted in 7 states at this hour as this all now moves east. And news on former Senator John Glenn's widow tonight.
Providing a layer of protection you can count on, WeatherTech features non-porous surfaces that can easily be wiped with germ-killing disinfectants and can easily be washed out for complete protection, front, back, and even up the sides. It's not so easy with carpet mats. Stay safe with WeatherTech, the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Order today at WeatherTech.com.
It's starting to happen every day. People are surprising themselves the moment they realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Don't use if allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor right away about signs of inflamed blood vessels such as rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection and before stopping any asthma medicines, including